Grant joins me on this episode to talk about some really, really cool updates that are happening on the PlayerMint project, the play-to-earn platform being built on Cardano, where you can play your favorite games and earn cryptocurrency for doing so, and then a whole bunch of other really cool things around it. Grant will be talking all about that in this podcast episode. Now, there's also a founder's NFT, which has been announced, and the details about this and what it looks like will be appearing in this podcast episode. There is a secret number that appears. You have to watch the episode to find out what that number is for an extra entry in the competition. You can find out all the details down below where you can enter, and there is a pinned tweet on our Twitter profile, so check that out so you can find the details of exactly how you can enter the competition. I'm pretty sure the PlayerMint project will also be tweeting it out as well, so you can find the details there. Now, if you really enjoy this type of content, make sure you give us that thumbs up, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you hear more from us real soon. All right, let's get into this interview.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast.
Okay, Grant Scholl joins me on this episode to give a really cool overview and update of the PlayerMint project. We've had Grant on before, so if you haven't seen that episode to understand what PlayerMint's about and Grant's background, you can check out the links in the top right-hand corner there and also in the show notes below. Grant, welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me back, Peter. It's fun.
All right, so you've got a really big overview for us so we can find out exactly what's going on with PlayerMint. Take it away. Give us an update.
Let's do it. So PlayerMint, for anyone who doesn't know, is a play-to-earn system that we're building on top of Cardano. We were a Fund 4 Catalyst project, and now we have one of the higher rated proposals in the NFT business model section. We onboarded MLabs as our development team, and they've got a deep understanding of the whole smart contract world and everything there. So super excited to be working with them, and got to meet Ben from MLabs in person at the Cardano Summit in Wyoming. So it's great to get to meet people in person that you're working with. So I think probably the best way to explain how it works is to show you guys the interface. So we've done a more recent round of design updates. So we're closing up the final design phase, the front end phase right now. So this is the one previous to that round, but we can kind of click through this one. So that's why I'm going to show this one off. So the front of the page, you have the ability to earn PMX, which is the token of PlayerMint, the fungible token, through your gameplay performance. So the better that you do, the more of the supply from each epoch you get from the prize pool. And this is distributed at a fixed rate over time, kind of like Bitcoin mining or staking ADA. And you've got your rank, your estimated payout based off of your current position. And down here, we've got a leaderboard that shows you who's where. You can find yourself on the leaderboard. And then the PMX token is then used within the PlayerMint ecosystem, which creates a lot of the utility to then create the supply and the demand aspect of the token. So for one, you need 75 PMX to unlock the Pro version, which gives you a bunch of additional benefits on the platform. And then it's also used in the NFT market. And we want to get to a phase where Babel fees are integrated so that the native token can be used for the transactions without the user also having to hold ADA at the same time.
Yeah.
So there's some technologies that we've got in the roadmap. So this is a marketplace. So say that you want to get the Cactus Jack NFT. You simply just click it and hit the purchase now button. You can see your balance and then continue, and you've got the NFT. And then you got a minting station to mint your assets. And so our strategy is to start with a very UGC model, very user-generated content model. For example, our NFT business model proposal And Catalyst right now is an example of this, where creators, say a Twitch streamer, can create a collection of NFTs, and then those NFTs can function as aligning the creator with their community and giving them additional benefits and access within the community. So you might buy some Twitch streamers NFT collection that you really like, and then you get additional channels in their Discord. You could have a special animation that displays when you join their stream, like get to play with them. And then you're really like unlocking the power of that creator's network effect, because you're aligning their fans, because they all now have an asset that's growing or declining based off of kind of the growth of that overall community. So tokenizing communities is a really powerful model. I think it's especially going to take off in the gaming world. And that's what our Fund 6 Catalyst proposal is about.
That's really cool. So it really brings that extra utility to the actual NFT. So you can buy it and actually do something with it rather than just hold and speculate over an NFT, which is really, really cool, mate.
Yeah, totally. Like we've seen kind of the transition from the PFP, the profile collections, to then kind of like the Bored Ape Yacht Club kind of model, where you have this community that's contributing resources to the community. And I think that model is going to go viral on like Twitch streamers and gaming content creators using that model to empower their community and align the incentives of their community. And like create this kind of open environment for people to build stuff. And so yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff that can come out of that. And it'll allow us to kind of power the initial phase of PlayerMint, where we have this UGC model on top of popular games. So like onboarding lots of users, like that model kind of markets itself. So it allows us to bring in a lot of users through a product. And then we have this community and users on top of the game. And then the idea is then you can bring this technology deeper and deeper into the games. So you've already have a marketplace and a minting system set up. So then game studios can start minting their assets within the system. Or you could do like pre-orders for a game by selling a NFT kind of within the game. So if you're building a racing game and you want to do a bunch of pre-orders, you could sell a car within the game that then basically comes with the game. So it's a cool way to kind of raise capital for maybe a game that you want to build, or like pre-sell the game, and then continuing to build an economy using PlayerMint, which kind of connects you to that's going to be really big for game studios, especially in the secondary market, because if you look at a studio like Fortnite, where they made $9 billion the last few years selling skins, like t-shirts. Like
really, 9 billion on just the skins.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Their problem, though, is the secondary market. So they sell the item in the primary market, and then what happens is a lot of these virtual economies, the secondary market can grow up to 3 times larger than the primary market, just like the car market or whatever, because people are trading them on eBay and all of these sites. And kind of the user experience right now is that if you want to trade your Fortnite skins, you have to take a picture with your phone and then post it to eBay. And the problem is there's a ton of fraud in that market. The user experience is really bad. And also the game studio, Epic Games, is not making money off of all those secondary market sales. So by tokenizing the item, you can automate the entire secondary market and like remove the fraud, because the token is authenticating the items and allowing them to be traded peer-to-peer rather than through eBay screenshots. And then you can embed a smart contract into all the items so that the studio is then getting recurring revenue from the items.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. There's one thing that I don't understand with this is in terms of earning the PMX token. So how I understand you play to earn it, but does that integrate from the game, such as Fortnite that you're playing, and how do you earn those actual tokens from it?
Yeah, so there are a number of data providers like Overwolf who we're communicating with, and Overwolf provides data for different games for then basically applications to use that to build stuff around. And like they work like Intel, Logitech, Twitch, Ubisoft, all these different games. And then, so what you'll do is you'll log in with your Nami wallet, and then the Nami wallet will get authenticated to a Steam account or an Xbox account or a PlayStation account via an OAuth system. And then this can then feed data to determine who is like playing better than him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it totally does. Is it specific games that you only get points and scoring systems from, or is it anything amount of gameplay across anything? Because you said you're going to integrate in Steam, for example, and Steam records a lot of your play game stats in terms of hours played or whatever. Are you pulling in everything, or is it just specific games?
So it'll start with specific games. It's kind of easier from a technology standpoint and economics standpoint to roll it out that way. And then the system will kind of be able to evolve and add additional reward systems over time. As we've nailed down the technology for one game, then it becomes easier to roll that out for other games.
Gotcha. This is really cool. It's looking really slick. It's looking really good. Like all the games that I play on Steam, you can get these like little cards and achievement unlocks, but they're pretty useless. This is way better. Yeah. It's definitely the future. I think the big thing is aligning. One of the big things is aligning the interests of the game studio and this technology. Which isn't always the case. So I think that you got to like really narrow it, especially when you're talking like the games about like tokenizing their economies and stuff. You need to focus in on what's valuable to them. So it's like the ownership of the item to the player, or the ability to kind of play in a multiverse where the players can kind of take their items and move to a different experience. Doesn't really benefit the studio, because that's what you're telling them is they're losing attention or losing players, right? Yep. So it's about like highlighting what the benefit is to them, and if you just focus on things like, hey, rather than only getting revenue in the primary market from all the items in your economy, now you can get revenue on the secondary market forever in an automated way, and they don't need to do anything else. Which is probably something they'll be looking at going, oh, what? We don't need to do anything? Yeah, go ahead, do it. Okay. And one thing I'll add to that is that this can be white labeled to fit within whatever kind of game experience you want. So a studio can take the infrastructure, because it's a decentralized system, and plug it into their experience, like their branding. And then this can aggregate all of that. Cool. So here's a look at the token economics for the reward system. So PMX rewards are issued at each Cardano epoch, 5 days, based on the PlayerMint leaderboard rankings. Ranking higher earns a larger percentage of the reward pool and is based on in-game statistics captured from the APIs. We've got a founder NFT sale coming up on the 23rd. So this is a really big deal for us. It's going to come with a bunch of utilities. So we're really focused on making sure that these NFTs are bringing a bunch of value to the collectors. So it's some awesome art. The artist, Annie Weatherwax, who's worked for Pixar and DC Comics and Nickelodeon, and then Backwards Geometry, Michael, who's a CNFT artist. They've been collaborating on it. It's come out awesome. And so there's 2 different ones of them. And then we're also super focused on the utility to make sure that people are getting the value that they're paying for. So the collectors will get first access to the PlayerMint core product to earn and buy
PMX, the token of PlayerMint. You'll get a founder profile on PlayerMint.com. You'll get first access to future NFT drops, founder-only tournaments that will be running, access to a Cardano Craft treasure hunt, which I'll get into a little more here, and then first access to mint land and Cardano Craft. And these are just some of the things, but we're going to like continue to give value back to the people that collected these, and then they can also like evolve into our community token, kind of what I was talking about earlier for the PlayerMint ecosystem.
That's absolutely brilliant. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the green one. So each side of the cube has its own quippy motion graphic.
Yep.
Um,
Will this be like one of those 3D interactive NFTs?
So we really wanted to make it so that you could have it in like augmented reality.
Right. Yep.
It's like displayed on your desk and stuff. There was some limitations with Pool PM, where like it wouldn't really come out super well if you did that. So I think that we'll probably add that on in the future as kind of the tech stack more allows us to do that.
Gotcha.
And then this is the purple one.
It's looking pretty cool.
Yeah. So there'll be 5,000 of the green and then 2,000 of the purple. And then, so we're posting a Medium article today that's going to give all of the details of the NFT sale. And then this is just a glimpse of the website that I'm working on getting up tomorrow. So we're going to have a new website tomorrow. The front page will be the NFT sale, and then we'll have a whole bunch of about PlayerMint stuff for people to also check out.
Very, very cool. All right. I'm really hating some of these NFT drops at the moment purely because I completely miss out on them. So fingers crossed, this is going to be okay, and I will get in. I think that 9 p.m. UTC is. I think that's a good time for me. I think it might be 5 a.m. But I'll double check. 5 a.m. is okay for me.
Yeah, we found that the 21 UTC tends to work pretty well just from the experience of running the Rocket League tournaments.
Yeah, it should line up. Yeah, that's the time I chime in. So,
all right, got one more major thing, which is the Cardano Craft. So these are some of the projects that we're working on onboarding into the server. But the idea is to kind of, everybody really enjoyed the virtual summit and kind of that experience where everyone in the community can come together. So we're trying to recreate that in a Minecraft server that we're calling Cardano Craft, that has land NFTs and like a crypto economy and the ability to display your NFTs, maybe create a hub in the server for your project so people can come and check out the project. And we're going to build a little Cardano environment for people to hang out and show off what they got. So just as a little teaser, I'm gonna play.
All right. Oh, that's brilliant. Right. That's really, really cool. So can you tell me about some of these partners that you've partnered up here for this?
Yeah, so a lot of these projects we've had on our town halls. So every Sunday we usually have a project on to talk about what they're up to. We've got ADA Ninjas this Sunday, which should be cool. It's a cool NFT project.
I missed out on them as well.
Yeah. We've built solid relationships with these guys over time. The CNFP gaming scene is really coming together and coming along. So I think this will be a cool way to kind of bring everybody together and show off where that community is at. So these are just some of the projects that I've communicated to about coming in and helping us spark this server. And then, so the people that collect the founder NFTs will have access to mint first land. And then what we're going to do is have a founder NFT treasure hunt. So we're going to put CNFTs in different blocks in the Cardano Craft server. And then if you have one of the founder NFTs, then you'll gain access to the server to go mine for the NFTs.
Just imagining all these players just jumping in and just spending like a good hour mining blocks throughout the universe. It's I don't think it'd be quite social in the first parts of launching that. Everyone would just be fighting, trying to find those blocks. But yeah, that's really cool. It's awesome.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Some good play to earn action.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, now there's some really cool updates there, Grant. It's exciting to see how PlayerMint has been growing and how it's evolving over the last few months, like really last few short months.
Yeah, when was our last recording? Do you remember?
I can't remember. I think it was maybe April, late April, if memory serves me right.
I don't think we had this then. No.
No. You didn't have any interfaces, anything working or anything visual at all. It was literally just the idea and your catalyst proposal that was coming up. So it's come a long way. It's looking really good.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's been a lot of fun, and we've got a great team, and everybody's having fun. So.
Yeah, it's been good chiming into the town halls as well and learning about some of the other projects that come in and do little presentations. So it's really good that you're collaborating with some of these games out there as well, NFT games, NFT games, I should say, and highlighting exactly what they are, what they do, where they're at in their projects too. Now, where can people actually jump in and see these town halls and join in on them?
So the best way to stay updated with all that right now is to come join us on Twitter. Yeah, at PlayerMint, at the PlayerMint. And then up here, we got the town hall Sundays, and we throw the link in here. Also, come join our Discord is another place where you'll find the link. But yeah, we're trying to get into a good cadence of when the links get posted and everything. So. And
when's the next Rocket League tournament happening?
Man, we need to get you to be the announcer. We need you to be the host.
Sure, all right, that's easy. But Em and Bo have been doing a brilliant job in doing that as well. So that's I don't want to take that job off them.
But no, I mean, we should have a number of them in the pipeline. I don't want to say 100% sure and speak incorrectly, but in the coming in the next couple weekends, we'll definitely have a tournament in one of the next couple weekends. And we'll be doing a founder NFT tournament where the winner will win one of these bad boys. So.
Oh, that's cool too. All right. Let's see what we can get. Now, about your Catalyst proposal. You have a Project Catalyst proposal in Fund 6 that is up for voting. What is it all about, and what can people do to help support PlayerMint for that?
Yeah, so it is in the NFT business model section, and it's community access NFTs. So it goes back to the concept earlier that we were talking about of making it easy for gaming communities like Twitch streamers, these kind of influencer content creators that already have these communities, and giving them the power of tokenizing their community and creating an NFT collection that comes with a whole bunch of utility, and allowing them to kind of use that to empower their community, make some extra money,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So the proposal is actually partially what you're doing already on your platform.
Yep, it's kind of one of like the big use cases that we see out the gate, and we want to get funds so we can kind of build all the infrastructure for that out, like some Discord integration, Twitch, and then onboard a bunch of content creators. I think that will be really big for the Cardano ecosystem too, just from a branding perspective.
Yeah.
Because then you've got all these big name streamers that are going to be talking about Cardano. So it's a really cool marketing opportunity for the ecosystem as a whole as well.
Especially from the gaming community. They're huge. The fan base on some of these Twitch streamers is amazing. And it's...
Yeah, and you just think about how much money their followers already spend on emotes, right? So on Twitch, their fans are already paying just to put like an emoji on the screen.
Yeah.
So with this, they'll actually be able to give them an asset that has some value and that more connects everybody. So it's pretty cool.
I can't wait to see more of this up and running and more of it interacting with the Twitch streamers and other streamers and whatnot, and actually getting it out there. So it sounds like you're very close. What's the roadmap? What's the timeline looking at for some of these features to be launched?
Yeah, so we just onboarded M Labs super recently. They're helping us with the NFT sale, and then they're going to finish out a technology scope for themselves internally, and then once they're done with that, then we'll give an official roadmap out to the community. We want to make sure that the dates that we put out there are dates that we're going to be able to hit.
Yeah.
So we're currently working with M Labs to nail down the date for the launch of the core product. So come join us on Twitter, and that'll be where we announce kind of the update on all of that.
Yeah, you got to control and manage those customer expectations in terms of those launch dates. It's I guess a lot of us in the Cardano community are used to delayed timelines, but hitting them is even better.
Yeah, and like we're gonna have a whole bunch of stuff going on leading up to that, like the Cardano Craft treasure hunt, the Cardano Craft server. We'll have a whole bunch of tournaments going on, so we'll have a whole bunch of stuff happening leading up to the launch of the core.
All right, Grant, it's awesome having you back on the podcast again and telling us and giving us a really big update what's going on. So absolutely appreciate it, and I will have you on again to see where everything's at in a few months.
Awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate it, Peter. This is fun.
Now, I did look into that partnership and the onboarding process that they're doing with M Labs. M Labs, if you didn't know, is one of the partner companies that have teamed up with IOHK and are doing a lot of the work for a lot of the different projects that are appearing in the Cardano ecosystem at the moment. So this includes Adana and Liquid Finance and so many more projects. It's really cool to see that PlayerMint have teamed up with them and have engaged their consulting services to do some of the work that is needed for their platform. So it's really cool and really good to hear that they're in good hands and they'll be evolving slowly into their space where they need to be in that player ecosystem. So it's really good to hear all that. Now, hopefully you can get your hands on one of those Founder Edition NFTs. Thankfully, it's going to be at a good time where I can actually log in and hopefully get one of the Founder NFTs. We'll see how we go. Fingers crossed for one of those purples. Now, if you really enjoy this content, please give us that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and you hear more from us soon.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debating.